All right, Boomer here. I have ascended to Pulpit Rock, and I want to show you the view.
Those are the best type.
I was thinking about going.
Is it gooder? Gooder. Oh my God.
Now if we ever go back to the office.
Good morning. It is Monday, June 29th. Boomer here, getting ready to leave the Eckville shelter. I stayed at this shelter because from a mileage standpoint, from where I left, it was very convenient. However, it's not one I'd recommend, honestly. Of course, right now, because of the whole COVID thing, this particular shelter is closed, and it has a caretaker that tells you that right off the bat. Anyway, I did stay in here and camp. I stayed on that tent pad right there. There's another one right over here if you like pads, and then this entire area is devoted to tents. And there's some trees beyond that, some woods where you can do hammocks as well. This is a great location for a shelter. It really is, but not sure I'd recommend it. And if I come through here again, I would work my mileage where I didn't have to stay here. But anyway, this is Boomer on Monday morning checking out, and I will see you again later. In the first mile after leaving Eckville Shelter, you're going to eventually cross this stream. There is an awful lot of mud in this area on the trail. It is difficult to walk through it without stepping in mud. Be aware of that. Choose your step wisely, because that stuff's been there for a while and you will definitely sink down in it. This trail leads to the Hawk Mountain Sanctuary North Lookout. As you can see, it's 2.5 miles and it's off the Appalachian Trail. So I'm not going to go that way. You're talking 5-mile round trip for that particular view. And I'm not willing to do that when I've got so many more miles left here in Pennsylvania. So instead, I am going to head that way and see what the Appalachian Trail gives to me. All right, this rock formation is known as Dan's Pulpit, and apparently they don't want anybody getting down on those rocks because they've got trees blocking the way in several places. So I'm not going to climb over them, but check out that view. If that's not some gorgeous farmland down there, I don't know what is. Well, now that I started taking movies instead of pictures, he's not moving around again. Ah, there he goes. Yeah. Good morning, Tuesday, June 30th. Boomer here. Started my hike of maybe 45 minutes an hour. I've gone 2.3 miles already. It was nice and quiet and relatively smooth, and I was able to talk to my wife at home and hike at the same time. So this little pouch I've got here is perfect. I put the phone down in that, and close enough for me to hear, even with the fact that I've lost my hearing aids, and close enough for her to hear me talk, so it works out quite well. But anyway, I'm on the trail now. I've been on a lot of road beds, but now I've moved into regular trail with rocks, which, as we know, Pennsylvania is famous for. And I told her I had to go, and I'm gonna just let you guys know if I see anything. I'll stop and take pictures and videos. It does look and feel a little like rain today, so I think there's some rain in the forecast. So I may be having to stop to put on a pack cover and some rain gear. We'll see, I don't know. But anyway, back with you later. Hello, Boomer, something good to report. Just after I crossed Pennsylvania 609 and started back into the woods on the other side, I found that a trail angel had been there and left a couple of gallons of water, and some Little Debbie snack cakes. And I don't know why I didn't think about it while I was there. I guess because my stomach was thinking, eat one of those cakes. But I didn't take any photos. And I've walked about a quarter of a mile, and it's not, I hope the trail angel will understand why I didn't go back for video or pictures. But I did want to stop now that I thought of the fact that I didn't do videos and pictures to thank that person. There was no name, but it is a very kind gesture. And from what I understand, water becomes much scarcer here all the way until you get to New Jersey. So many thanks to the trail angel who left that there. I enjoyed that. I topped off my water bottles and I'm refreshed and ready to go. Thank you very much. All right, I've just come upon a view, and it's a fairly nice view, but I wanted to show you the setup they've got here. Let me flip the camera. Somebody has built a nice fire ring here with seats all the way around so that people could sit here and check out this view. Now, granted, the view's a bit overgrown with all the trees, but once you get above the trees and take a look out in the valley, it's not a bad view at all. So anyway, I just wanted to stop here. I'm going to take a quick nutrition break here and go ahead and move on down the trail. All right, Boomer here on the knife's edge. And I'm here to tell you, and I don't usually say this on the camera, but this is a hell of a view. It really is, just incredible. And I've just gotten up here to this first part, and I was just taking some video and wanted to share it with you. And if you want to come up in here and see this for yourself, be prepared for an interesting climb. But anyway, here it is, the view from the knife's edge. Something I wanted to share with you. I am coming up to a parking lot. As you can see, it's right up there. And as I approach, what should I see but this field of water jugs, gallon water jugs. And it says, hiker water. Do not remove because I refill. And this person takes the time and effort to come out here and leave all of this water for hikers because she or he knows that in Pennsylvania, particularly starting this time of the year, water starts to get scarce. And folks, I really appreciate this. I think it's a wonderful thing to do. When I run across something like this, I stop and top off my water bottles and don't take a drop more. But I want whoever does this to know that hikers really appreciate it. Thank you so much for thinking of us and leaving the water here for us. Some of you may be wondering, hey Boomer, where's your other hat? What's the deal with this cap? Well, I have two hats. The one that you see me in most of the time is my favorite because it blocks all the sun from my ears and around my neck and places like that. This one I wear when I get out my rain gear. Well, Mother Nature tricked me. She said, hey Boomer, we're gonna make it rain, so you better do something. So I stopped, got out my rain jacket, and the reason I like this hat with the rain jacket is that the hood fits right over the top like that, and the water comes off. So it's very helpful. But Mother Nature insists, I think sometimes, on playing tricks on me. And once I got my pack cover on, as you can see it back there too, it's on too, and this jacket on and this hat on, the rain stopped and the sun came back out. So Boomer has been tricked again. And I'm fairly close to the shelter I'm going to stay at, so I'm just going to leave it on, I think, even though it is uncomfortably hot. But in case you're wondering, that's the story of the two hats. More kindness from trail angels. And trail angels, all I can say is, God bless you and thank you so much for your kindness. We really appreciate it. Good morning, Boomer here. It is Wednesday, July the 1st, and I'm headed into Palmerton, Pennsylvania. I have a resupply package waiting there, and I'm going to go pick that up, and we'll probably just Nero there. Interesting thing, Nikki and Ryan went past the shelter I was in last night, and we stopped and talked for a minute, and they seemed to think that this wound on my face is looking pretty good, from a medical standpoint anyway. So anyway, I appreciated that. It was good to see them again. So I am going to head on down this hill and get into town and figure out what I want to do and where I want to stay. So I'll talk to you later. I ended up in Palmerton staying at Birch Steakhouse restaurant, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I've had breakfast and dinner here, and they are outstanding. Now in the back, they've got some rooms for through hikers, and they do their best to accommodate through hikers as they come through. So I'm very pleased with what we've got here, and I have enjoyed my stay, and I highly recommend this place. All right, everybody, Boomer here. It is still the same day. It's later in the evening, and I have stopped in Palmerton to pick up my resupply box, like I said I was going to do this morning, and I ended up staying at a hospital called Birch Diner. Now, the great thing about Birch is that they've actually got a diner here, and folks, if you're coming to town, if you're going to be hiking, you're coming to town, I personally highly recommend this. Now, I've got a couple of guests. I'm going to let them share with you for a couple of minutes here and talk about what they're interested in. But I just had a dinner that was fantastic, and this morning when I got here, I had a late breakfast that was equally fantastic. And I am very pleased with everything that I've had to eat at Birch Diner today, and the accommodations here are just fine. And it's very reasonable too. So if you're interested in coming to town, just do that. So in the meantime, I'm going to switch the camera around and let these guys introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Einstein,
I'm Songbird.
and we're from New York. We just graduated from SUNY Fredonia, which is out near Buffalo, and we ran out of jobs when COVID hit. So I work in the theater industry.
Right, I work in the film industry.
So when all that stuff fell through, we had about a month to put together an Appalachian Trail hike. We'd never done anything like it before, so we just decided that this is the prime opportunity. We had 6 free months, so let's give it a shot.
You put your hike together in 1 month?
Yeah, just about a month. And it was finals month also, so it was really more like 2 good weeks.
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks of speculation while we studied and finished out.
Yeah, I'd be sitting in the editing room, just working on my final capstone films, and he'd be sitting right next to me, researching
Going over gear.
researching gear for us to,
So
buy.
we bought our tent and we set it up for the first time in my backyard. And
The next day we were off.
then we got dropped off in Harper's Ferry.
Wow, so you started Harper's Ferry.
That's
Yep.
right.
Well, how much are you planning to try to do this year?
How much are we planning to?
So our first checkpoint is really New York, just because that's where our hometown is, and we're actually going to stop there for my birthday, and a buddy of ours is having a birthday in the same week, so we're going to have a little bit of a celebration there, and then we're going to try and make it up to Katahdin in Maine, and
I don't know if we
just
plan to go
take it.
much further than that. Just the way we're kind of taking our hike, it's been slow paced. We're really treating it less like a through hike and more like a long string of adventures during our summer off.
Right, so we'll hop off every once in a while, every few weeks we'll go. Just today we went to tour a coal mine in Pennsylvania. That was really cool.
The number 9 mine shaft. So if you're in this area, I recommend it. It was
Yeah.
very cool.
Yep, and then in Jim Thorpe, there's whitewater rafting and paintball, so we were hoping to do that at some point.
Yeah, sometime this weekend in a couple days.
4th of July.
Yeah.
We'll end up paintballing or whitewater rafting.
Or both.
Yeah.
You know what you should do is get two whitewater rafts, and you could paintball and shoot at each other from a raft.
It's the same facility. It's the same place. I'm shocked that they haven't come up with that yet.
Well,
But
I
we
mean,
can suggest it.
They said that every once in a while they have little pirate ships that come by when they're whitewater
Oh,
rafting,
yeah.
so you might be able to shoot at them. I don't know.
I think it's water guns, but yeah.
So, on this trip, what's the one thing that has happened that you really weren't expecting?
I don't know if there's a one thing, but the thing that large scale that I didn't expect was the community. I really hadn't expected that news was going to travel so fast, that we were going to get to meet so many people, and that everyone that we talked to was going to talk about us to other people, or was going to talk to us about other people. Everyone really gets to know each other and becomes such fast friends.
Yeah, we've gotten a few shout outs in the logbooks from shelter to shelter saying like, oh, we miss Songbird and Einstein, please catch up to us soon.
We're never going to catch them. We're slow.
No
But
way.
Well, I'm here to tell you the party that your parents put on at the shelter in Port Clinton was absolutely fabulous, and I happened to be there for that, and it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
oh, great. Well, yeah, a shout out to my dad who brought burgers and dogs and trail magic to the
So
Port
good.
Clinton shelter. And the Port Clinton shelter was beautiful too. So
It really
thank you
is.
to those people, to the church that put that on for us. That's really a great place to spend 2 days. There was a nice creek. We bathed in a creek.
Took a bath, cleaned some of our clothes in it.
That was great.
So, is there anything that you really want to make sure you get done while you're on this hike? At least this portion of it.
We made our bucket list.
Yeah.
We can talk about that.
I mean, we do have a bucket list of things that we want to. It's not anything specific that we've found on the trail, but we want to go. Things that
Like
we've never done
opportunities we
before.
would not turn down.
Right. So
Yeah.
if we found like a hang gliding place, we would absolutely do that.
We want to do
Skydiving.
a trail ride, so like a horseback trail ride
Oh,
somewhere. Whitewater rafting was on our list, so when we found out we were going to go buy it, then we had to stop. So
Yeah.
there were a couple of paintball was on the list.
Yeah. I think so long as we just make sure that we have a consistent fun time. A lot of this trail it demoralizes you a little bit. After a couple weeks of spending in the woods, you just get really tired really fast, and you're like, why am I doing this? But you meet new people. Every shelter that we've gone to, we've met a new group of people that each have their own quirks and own interests and hobbies and stories, and they're all so cool. That you make friends within 30 minutes of meeting them. They're like a family to you. It's really cool.
Well, when you do get to the southern section around Grandfather Mountain, there's a lot of hang gliding there.
Oh yeah, that's in North Carolina.
That's in North
right?
Carolina, yeah.
I've hiked Grandfather Mountain actually, separate from this, so I'll definitely have to go back there.
So I take a look and just start researching that, because when you get ready to go south, there's a lot of hang gliding down there.
Okay, well,
Let's
maybe
go.
we do it for flip-flop. Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys want to share?
Yeah, everyone that I've been talking to seems so anxious to get out on the trail. Like they're so nervous about it. A lot of trail angels, they say they've been preparing, but they're just not ready yet. And we were in no way, shape, or form ready. We had not hiked at all. We'd done no camping.
We spent like the last few weeks prior just sitting on the couch, like playing video games. So honestly, if
We were
you're
in the worst shape of our lives.
right,
for
if you're
sure.
determined enough, anyone can do it.
I gained
you
like
know?
20 pounds since COVID hit. I've lost that 20 pounds in the 3 weeks I've been out here. No joke. So just, if you want to go out and do it,
Definitely do it.
just start.
The hardest thing is to start doing it.
We
But
learned
once you're
so
out
fast
here,
when we
it's
got
so
out here.
nice.
All right.
That's
Any final words beyond that? Are you good?
I think
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Lovely.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to do an interview and vlog on the channel, and I hope to get this out
Thanks
very
for
soon.
hosting.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
all right.
This is Boomer signing out.